There's an eagle. He has a pretty good view from up there. Wonder if he sees the beaver. There you go, he wants to fly. There he goes. I noticed this tree about 6 weeks ago when I was on a hike here with my wife, and it's pretty big chunks out of there. It's about ready to go. I keep looking for the beaver. I've been running here every other day, and up and down this canal here, there's been more chewings like this. There's one right there. There's some right there. So I don't know what the plans are for the beaver. I don't know if the beaver wants to make this deeper here, or build a hut here, or maybe dam this up. And I don't know what the policy is of the park, whether they would allow that, or if they trap it and get it out of here, or maybe even kill it. But I keep looking. Maybe I'll see him someday. This is December 5th, 2018. It's a special day for me. So I'm celebrating by going for a run. This is the towpath along the canal here. Sometimes I see fox down here. I've seen a red one, I've seen a gray one. A lot of squirrels. I just saw an eagle. I see traces of the beaver, and the trail that I'm on is, I believe it's called the Buckeye Trail. You can find this all over Ohio. It's not continuous. There's some of it down in the Hocking Hills. It's the Grandma Gatewood Trail down there. She's famous for hiking the Appalachian Trail in her late age, and I did it this year also. And so I know what beavers look like, and that's right there is caused by a beaver. Maybe there's more than one. I don't know if they're gonna set up a family here. And I know, I remember years ago, maybe 5 years ago or better, on Evergreen Lake in Oak Openings, where I would start and end my training hikes for the Appalachian Trail the past year. There were beaver tracks there too. I would always see the trees chewed up like that, and then all of a sudden it ended. So I don't know what the policy is for having beavers in these parks, whether or not they capture them and move them elsewhere, or just exterminate them. I'm kind of curious about that, but that's pretty fresh right there. So he or she is around here, and I don't know if you call it doing damage or making improvements to the area. The beaver seems to like it here. So up and down here, maybe even a mile farther downstream here, I've noticed the spots where they've been chewing on the trees, and I wonder if they want to dam up the canal here, or they just want to build a hut and then just live around the Maumee River here. But I'll keep you posted. Box turtle out. Okay, I'm at the 2 mile mark, 2 miles from the dam in Grand Rapids. There used to be stones down here that I placed there because years ago, I believe an Eagle Scout laid this out and put markers along here, mile markers and half-mile markers, and this is where the 2 mile marker was. But since then, they've made all kinds of changes to the trail. Well, they've made it better in a lot of ways, because this used to be really rough. It was clay and rocks, and there were holes in it and roots, and I couldn't look around like I do now. I had to watch where my feet were so I didn't twist my ankles, which I did back in 95. I was training, or 94. I was training to qualify for Boston for the second time, and I went along here one time in September, and they had the Boy Scout hike going on, and there's Boy Scouts and leaders and volunteers all over the place, and they didn't know I was coming up from behind them, so they were walking every which way, and they had sticks, you know, and I'm trying to give them a heads up I'm coming by, and some of them weren't too happy with me, so I'm trying to look out for them, and 3 times I twisted my left ankle, and 1 time the right ankle. And so after that, I decided to go to the new Slippery Elm Trail, which was 13 miles long from Bowling Green to North Baltimore, Ohio. So that was the first week it was open, and I ran down and back. So I got 26 miles in, or maybe more. I don't know what I was up to at that time. So I claim to be the first one to run that down and back, until somebody tells me different. There's back there where the 2-mile marker is, there's a rapids there. It starts off, it comes across straight, and then it goes at an angle and then straightens up again. So it looks like a Z, so I call it Z Rapids. It's a little bit underwater now. You can hear it slightly, but not too much. And when the water goes down, you'll see it. And then like at the 1.5 mile mark, used to be an island there, pretty close to the shoreline here. And it looked like a tall ship stuck on a sandbar. All the trees were leaning one way, the mast of the ship. So I gave that the name of Shipwreck Island. But over the years, it's pretty much washed away. There's still a little bit left there. There's some trees laying over there, and you might want to call it Turtle Island. Turtle Island, because you see a lot of turtles out there when it warms up, basking in the sun. Down farther and back of me, that's 2 of my pet peeves. One of them is, well, they made this trail beautiful now. Look at, you can ride your bicycle on it now, and you can walk and look around without twisting your ankle, or run. It's nice. They maintain it well. But they seem to cater to the Waterville people more than the Grand Rapids people, because they established markers here every 1/4 mile, but it starts down at Waterville. So I guess you'd have to do the math to tell them where you're at. But I already know. I know this trail well, so like there's no marker here, but I know it's 2 miles, so that's where I go to. I've gotten over that. But one thing I'm gonna keep pushing for is Weir Rapids, a little downstream from here a little more. And when I was a kid and older, I don't know when it got changed, but it's Weir Rapids, W-E-I-R, Weir Rapids. It looks like a weir, if you know what that is. Anyhow, somewhere along the way the sign went bad, and someone replaced it, and they put an apostrophe S on it. Well, someone must have told them that was wrong, so they took the apostrophe out. So it still says Weir's Rapids. And if you look at the old maps and talk to the old timers around here, the name is Weir. So hopefully they'll change that back, make that correction. It's Weir Rapids. Okay, I got that off my chest. It's pretty cold today. I wouldn't hike in what I have on. It's not enough. But it's enough to run in. So I'm gonna run back. I always stop here and rest and then go back. I'm not in that good a shape. After the hike, I had to recover from my leg, my injury, my infection. That took a while. And I still have a numbness in the bottoms of the balls of my feet. So I must have done some damage there. And hopefully that'll grow back. I can still feel slightly my left knee where I strained it. So I'm careful with that too. but life goes on. Keep trying. All right. Oh, I get to babysit the kids once in a while. My youngsters, my grandkids. My wife is home right now watching 2 of them. Mrs. Box Turtle watches them, takes turn watching 2, and then the twins also. So I get to hold them and help out. I'm just the apprentice. She does most of the work. All right. Hopefully I can keep running through the winter and get back in shape. Box Turtle out. Okay, I'm back at the dam where I started and finished from. I'm gonna go home now and have some pigs in a blanket that I made just recently, and maybe even some birthday cake if it's ready. Gonna go out tonight and celebrate with some of the family members. When this water's really up, you can't even see the dam. There's 2 of them. One goes out to that island there, over here on the Providence side, and there's another one that continues on to Grand Rapids side. A lot of boats here in the summertime. The walleye come up to the dam here. That's as far as they go, and some people fish right here. I've been working on a project at home. Gonna use some stones like this. I have some sandstone, which they find around here down at the bottom of the river. This is a sedimentary type stone they have there. And I have some on my property from an old Red House School foundation. And I want to utilize some of that this spring and start building a structure for the grandkids. I'm already building a wooden door, has an arch on it. It's my first attempt at a door. I want to make a couple shutters, and then I'm going to have to go to learn how to make stained glass windows, because I'd like to put some stained glass windows in it and call it a chapel. I don't know if they'll be pews or not, but that's my project right now. After the trail in September, I came home and I had all kinds of work to do. The leaves were going to fall, and I had a lot of raking to do, and there was firewood to make. So for about a month, I really hit it hard. But then my right hand swelled up, so I don't know if it's arthritis or what, but it hasn't improved since over a month now. So I'm gonna go have that checked out tomorrow, and hopefully everything gets better so I can work on my projects. I do like being retired, and every once in a while someone will come up to me and thank me for putting up my YouTube videos on the Appalachian Trail. I didn't have many followers, but had a lot of quality ones, so I was happy to make them happy. And this winter I'm gonna review my own videos as an outsider, see what I did, what I enjoyed, mistakes I made, and maybe relive some of the misery too. I'm glad I did it. Box Turtle out.